So we are going to start with some introductions, like I said. We're then going to review what the dining options are here at Assumption, and then our current students are actually going to take you on a tour of Taylor. So you'll be able to see what the different stations are. It looks like you're going to be able to see what dinner is tonight as well. So to get us started, I'm actually going to have Eli introduce himself first. So take it away, Eli.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Jess. So like she said, my name's Eli. I'm a current junior here at Assumption. I actually work in admissions with Jess. I'm an admissions ambassador. I'm actually an executive admissions ambassador. And a couple other super quick things I do are here around campus. I'm the captain of the outdoors club. So if you like anything outdoorsy at all, I'm definitely the guy to come talk to about that. I'm also a huge proponent of intramurals. If you're considering participating in intramural sports, all my friends will tell you that's probably the thing I talk about the most. So again, I love to talk about that one. I'm also part of this program where once a week I volunteer in a local elementary school. It's called the OLA Outreach Program. We help them with their after school program and things like that. Also, I forgot to mention it earlier, but I'm from Shrewsbury, Massachusetts, which is the next town over from Worcester. So I'm a nice local boy. And I'm also an English major with a minor in education. And I'll also be picking up another minor in either marketing or psych yet. Haven't really decided, but for now, I'm going to send it over to my good friend Abby so she can introduce herself.
Hi, everyone. My name is Abby Sullivan. I am a sophomore from Andover, Minnesota. I am double majoring in political science and business management with a minor in law, ethics, and constitutional studies. Here on campus, I'm an admissions ambassador. I'm also a resident assistant in one of our first-year residence halls. I am involved in campus ministry. I'm also a Janie Patrick Moynihan Scholar, and then I'm also a part of our sophomore initiative program known as Sophia, and I'm a Light the Way Scholar. So I'm going to pass it over to Kathy too.
Hi, everyone. My name is Kathy Hanwell. I'm the general manager here for Sodexo at Assumption College. Oh, sorry, excuse me, Assumption University. And I work out of the Taylor Dining Hall. So that's one of the things that we'll be talking a little bit about today, since that's our residential dining program. But before I go into that, I'm going to let Chef Erik introduce himself as well.
Hi, I'm Chef Erik. I work out of Taylor Dining Hall as well. I've been back here at Assumption for about 1.5 years almost. I worked here for about 6 or 7 years a while back, but had to come back. That's about it.
Big thank you to our panelists. So now we are going to have Kathy talk to you a little bit about dining options, and starting with Taylor Dining Hall.
Thank you, Jessica. So Taylor Dining Hall is our residential dining program. And it is an all-you-care-to-eat style program here. So when you do come in, it's very much of an open style food court type setting. And I'm not going to go through all the stations because I know Eric and Eli and Abby are going to go a little bit more in detail about what we offer in Taylor Dining Hall. So we do offer breakfast, lunch, and dinner in Taylor, but we also have the program that it's continuous dining. So if you get out of class at 2 o'clock in the afternoon and just want to stop down to see us, that's great. Grab a cup of coffee, have a cookie or a piece of fruit. And we also have a late night program. So we're in a little bit of a different setting right now. I think, I know Jessica is going to talk a little bit about that here today for us. But we do have a late night program on a regular basis for the students on the meal plans that come down here to Taylor. The other thing that we also have is we have an allergen program, which I know Chef Erik is going to be talking a little bit more about. But we have a lot of fun programs happening down here throughout the school year, and want to work with all of you to find out what you're interested in having as well. So we also do a lot of more local types items here as well. So we do use a lot of the local vendors as much as we can. Of course, it's winter time right now, so it's a little challenging for us. But in the fall and the spring, you'll see a lot more of that happening with us. So, Chef Erik.
Okay, so in Taylor Dining Hall, we have a number of stations that you can choose from. We have the salad bar, which is loaded with fresh ingredients. As Kathy mentioned, we try to use local whenever we can. And there'll be a number of toppings for your salads, including proteins like grilled chicken and tofu and whatnot. We also have the grill, which is probably one of our more popular stations, which we keep it pretty basic for the core menu: hamburgers, cheeseburgers, grilled chicken, garden burgers. Then we also offer specials off the grill, like a barbecue bacon burger or a Philly steak, or other things like that. So we also have a deli, which is also pretty basic. We have your normal things: turkey, ham, chicken salad, tuna salad. And again, we'll offer specials off of there, like a spicy Italian or a roasted vegetable and hummus wrap, different things. We rotate those daily. And we also have the pasta bar and pizza, which is probably almost as popular as the grill. We have plain pasta and a wheat pasta available most of the time. We have 2 different sauces. We always have marinara sauce, which is house made. And we also offer a second sauce, which could be like an Alfredo or a garlic butter, cheese sauce, things like that. Pizza, we offer all kinds of things off the pizza station, from your traditional cheese and pepperoni to strombolis, calzones, loafer sandwiches, which are sub sandwiches that are put through the machine and have melted cheese and everything. And then we have our daily dish station, which is your basic entree. We change that up for every meal. We try to keep it seasonal. So in the wintertime, we'll offer more hearty items such as casseroles and things like that. And then as we get towards the spring, we'll lighten it up a little bit with more stir fries and lighter items. And we also have the vegetarian station, which is pretty much that. We try to offer a vegan item at every meal, lunch and dinner and brunch. And we offer tofu and tempeh and different things, different proteins off of there. And then we'll also have like a cold section with the vegetarian as well, where we'll have some salads made up with quinoa and pasta salads and different bean salads and whatnot to get all your vegetarian proteins. And then we'll also have a global station, which is kind of cooked to order. It may be one particular item where maybe you're just getting General Tso's chicken off of there, or it could be like a pasta bar where you get to choose your own ingredients and have it sauteed together. And then the last one is the allergen friendly stations. We have a My Zone, which is an area which you can have access to if you have allergies. And in there, you'll find all kinds of things that you can just grab yourself, from gluten-free bagels to different kinds of dairy-free milk and gluten-free cereals. And it's in the My Zone, it's basically gluten and nut-free and dairy-free. So there will be items in there that do contain soy and things like that. And we also have the simple serving station, which is hot food and a small salad bar, which is completely free of the top 8 allergens: wheat, gluten, dairy, nuts, shellfish, soy, eggs, and whatnot. So in there, you'll have a hot entree every meal, and then you'll also have your cold items to go along with it. And along with that, there's things that you can do if you're coming down and you want, let's say, a gluten-free burger from the grill. We can do that for you. We have a telephone we call Taylor Talk, and the number's posted around, and you can call down, call ahead if you need something done ahead of time. And that's about it, I think, for the Taylor. Oh,
Yeah,
and
I'd like to just jump in about the allergens a little bit too, is that it is so key for students who have any kind of allergen concerns that they develop. It's a two-way communication for us. And so we really want to hear from you what your concerns are, as well as, what, we'd like to share with you what we can do. And we're always changing, based upon the needs of our students. So just to keep that in mind for everyone.
Thank you both so much. So we've spent a lot of time talking about Taylor Dining Hall already, and as Kathy mentioned, this is the primary area for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. However, it is not the only dining area on campus. So Eli is going to take a few minutes to share with you some of those other options.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Jess. So like Jess said, we do have several other options for you around campus if you don't feel like going to Taylor Dining Hall. We have our Charlie's Snack Bar, or Chuck's as we like to call it. That's your more grab and go type option. So how it works is in Charlie's, there's a kiosk that you can do your order right there. Or also, we launched our new Assumption University mobile app this year, and you can order directly from the app. So you'll get a text notification when your food is ready if you choose to order through the app. It's super convenient and super handy. They have a lot of similar food options to here, but they also have some things that are very different. It's 2 orders, so they make your order up once you place it immediately. It's not sitting around waiting for you. So whatever you're in the mood for, they have everything from, they have a grilled station where you can grab things like burgers, chicken wraps, things like that. They have your salad bar, sandwich bar. Then they have a ton of really cool grab and go options too. So for whatever you're in the mood for, that's another great option we have here. And that goes along with the point system. So with the unlimited meal plan that all freshmen are required to get, obviously you get 100 points towards Charlie's. And 1 point is equal to $1 there. So you get an order that's $7 in total, 7 points off, and so on and so forth. And with the meal plans they talked about earlier, obviously your meal plans change as you go along. So you have a different amount of points each year. You'll even get an option to have some meals in Charlie's instead of Taylor Dining Hall. So you really get a great option of all. And of course, we are a New England campus. So I think we have an obligation to have a Dunkin' Donuts right here on campus. Everyone loves to grab their coffee before they head off to class every morning. It's really great to have it right here on campus. It's super convenient. I know I'm in there all the time getting my wake up wraps and getting me ready for the day. So we have that right here on campus. It's actually located in the same building as Charlie's. They're actually neighbors to one another. So it's a super quick walk. It's located pretty much in the dead center of campus. So whichever building you're living in, it's super convenient to you. Just another great option we have here if you want to grab your coffee or just anything else.
Thank you, Eli. And now the big question is, what do the meal plans look like? How do I pay for things at Dunkin'? How do I pay for things at Chuck's? How about Taylor? So Kathy is going to take a minute to explain the meal plan to you.
Okay, so first year students, your default, if you want to say meal plan, is the ultimate meal plan. And that gives you unlimited access to Taylor Dining Hall. It gives you 8 guest passes. It also gives you $100 in meal points, which Eli had mentioned earlier. That's the meal plan that you would start with if you're living on campus. If you're not living on campus, you have the option of selecting any of the meal plans that we have. So with the ultimate meal plan, so when Eli mentioned the $100 in meal points, you can use that either in Taylor or you can use it in Charlie's Snack Bar. So that's a great option. And again, like I said, we're on it's continuous dining down at Taylor. Now the other meal plans, which is you'll be able to find all of these meal plans on our website, which is assumption.sodexomyway.com. So that will give you more details about each of them. We have, for instance, a 15 flex, which is available to sophomore and above level students. And that gives you 10 meals down at Taylor and 5 meals you can use in Charlie's or Taylor. We also have what we call, a 10 flex, which is something that gives you 10 meals a week in Charlie's or Taylor Dining Hall with additional points on there. Now, again, like I said, commuter students, well, we call it a commuter student plan, but it's also the apartment. Those students who live on apartments can also select block plans. And we have those at 75, 50, and 20 blocks meal plans. And that means you get 75 meals a semester with additional points added on top of that. Now, with the meal points are part of your meal plan. So those will be predefined on which meal plan you get. So for instance, again, the ultimate is $100. If you go to a block plan, it could be up to $275 in meal points that are included in your plan. Now, we also have something that's called dining dollars. Now, dining dollars is not part of your standard meal plan. And that's something that you can purchase. It's a debit style kind of currency that is on our website that you can add add to your meal plan. And then you could use those just like dollars. The things with meal points is that those will expire each semester, but a dining dollar will carry on throughout as long as you have an active ID card on campus, those will carry throughout your time here at Assumption University. So, and the other key thing is that that we don't have a separate meal plan card. Your student ID card is your meal plan card. So that's just something that you would bring to your meal, or you would, when you go to Charlie's Snack Bar, that you could just use as your currency.
Kathy, before we dive into some of the traditions here, we did get a question related to the allergen side that I was wondering if you could address now. So the question came in, do you have a nutritionist on campus? And then who's also the right person to talk to on campus to review food allergies with?
So we do not have one on campus, but we do have access to a dietitian. So if anyone needs that, then we would refer that person to that dietitian. Now, what we recommend is that somebody with allergens reach out, either said, I'm always available to answer any questions concerning allergens, but we always encourage the student to get together, like with Chef Erik and myself, prior to the start of the school year. It could be when you move on to campus in August, and we could sit down and go through what we have available, how we're going to work together, because it's a team effort. So we want to make sure we're working with the student, and the student is communicating to us as well.
Perfect. Thank you,
Did that answer
Kathy.
the question? Yeah.
Yes. So I think one of the things that all of us love about Taylor Dining Hall is it's not just where you come for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, but it's where you celebrate a lot of traditions on campus. So to get us started, we have our students, Eli and Abby here. I'm sure Kathy will have even more ideas that come up as well. But they're going to talk about some of the traditions that happen here at Assumption.
Alrighty, so I can go first, talk about some of my favorite traditions. My personal favorite, and probably the most popular one we have here on campus, is our Thanksgiving dinner. Think of all your favorite foods you have for Thanksgiving: your turkey, your stuffing, mashed potatoes. We have that here, and it is absolutely to die for. It is so good. The line is usually out the door, all the way down the sidewalk, up past the nearby buildings. Everyone lines up for that one. It's a huge hit on campus. It's usually about the week before we go home for Thanksgiving break. It is so good. It's so filling, and you have every option you could ever think of. The desserts are incredible. It's so much fun. It's just like a traditional Thanksgiving you'd have at home, except you're having it here with your Assumption family. And then I also like to talk about midnight breakfast. So that one's super fun. So what that is before the finals come up, obviously the school recognizes that people are staying up late grinding for their finals. So what they do is they have midnight breakfast. It's basically you have breakfast, but it's late at night. It starts at, I believe, 10:30, 11 o'clock. You come in, they have every breakfast food you could ever think of. President Cesareo, the great president of our university, usually comes down. He's serving the food too. That's always a ton of fun. There's T-shirts. It's always a super fun event. It's actually, if you look at the picture collage, the top right, that's our midnight breakfast. It's holiday themed too, so it's always super fun. The food's great, and it's great when it's right before finals and you're stressed. It's a great way to release some stress, hang out with a couple friends before you have to go back and get your studying done. And I believe top left is Thanksgiving dinner, and I believe bottom right pictures are also Thanksgiving dinner. So if you just want a little taste of what that is.
Okay, so I'm going to talk about a few of my favorite traditions here. So I do want to mention that we don't just have specific traditions depending on the time of the year. We really do a lot of events here. I know that I'll walk in for dinner sometimes, and the dining hall is completely decorated just with a whole bunch of different themes, and it's really fun to walk into that. So recently we had a Super Bowl night. So you walk in, there is a ton of decorations for that, and they had a nacho bar, they had sundaes, they had a lot of amazing food. I know that I got here and I was like, oh goodness, I might have to get more than one plate, which you can definitely do. So that's a nice thing too. You can definitely get more than one plate when you visit Taylor Dining Hall. We also do something every other Sunday called Sunday Sundays. You want to make sure you get down here for those, so you can make your own sundae. So they usually can have different toppings on there, different sauces. That's a great way to come down, go here for dinner. I usually come here right before mass and always have a sundae, and that is just such a fun time to build your own.
All right, so super quick before we continue, I would be remiss if I did not talk about my favorite foods here at the Great Dining Hall. So super quick, I'm a huge fan of the buffalo chicken mac and cheese. That is always a crowd pleaser. Me and my friends talk about it nonstop, and whenever it's on the menu, we always sprint down here. I'm also a huge fan of the vegetable lo mein. I usually get about 3 to 4 plates of it, and I'm completely unapologetic about it. But it's so good. Highly recommend it. But I'm just going to throw it over to Abby. Abby, what are your favorite foods around here?
I would definitely have to say the chicken parmesan is amazing. Always love to get that. I also love to come here and just, they have so many fresh vegetables. I'm a big fan of the salad bar, being able to create my own salad. That's something that I always tend to do for at least one meal per day. So I also really love coming here, getting the soups. They always have fresh homemade soups that are new every single day. Those are great options too.
If I could just jump in for just 1 second here to,
Absolutely.
some of the things is, our goal is, of course, to have nutritious, fresh meals for all of you, but we like to have fun down here as well. So we try to do a lot of, you heard about some of the big events that we do down here, but we'd like to do even just, every day you may see something just a little different. We'll have, we'll celebrate, maybe we'll have a birthday celebration one day, and then another day it could be, the traditional Taco Tuesdays, or we might have a mac and cheese bar just so that you can see it, or decorate your, well, back before, some changes have been made right now, but we would have decorate your own cupcakes, decorate your own cookies, do some of the big like carnival type theme events where you could get cotton candy and snow cones and popcorn. So, we like to make it just as much fun as we do offering good food.
All right, thank you, Kathy. So this is a little unorthodox of a way for us to show you Taylor Dining Hall. But as you can see, I am currently standing in our dining area. We don't open till 5 o'clock today, so there are no students here. But what I'm about to do is actually give Eli my computer, and hopefully this works out well. He's gonna show you part of our dining hall, and Abby is also going to show you part as well. So please forgive me for one moment while I put my mask on.
Hello again, it's me. So super quick, I'm gonna give you a quick tour. If at any point I'm trying to show you something, you can't see what I'm trying to show you, please just yell at me in the chat or the Q&A section so I can give you a better angle. I'm trying to give you the best possible experience, but we're all learning too. So, all right, so the first section we got right here is this one right behind me. This right now is our sandwich bar. So how the sandwich bar works is you can have whatever sandwich you want. They make it right there in front of you. We also have our daily specials, which some days it's one, some days it's multiple. Like today's our honey mustard chicken wrap. So that's just, if you like that option, you can just point and say, I would like that one. They'll make that one up for you. Or you can make whatever combination you want. Pretty much any type of lunch meat you can think of. And we have a whole bunch of different options for you as well. The next up is probably the most important section we have in the dining hall. We have our dessert section right here. Got a whole lot of fun stuff going on here. My personal favorite, the chocolate raspberry whoopie pies, absolutely to die for. And those obviously switch up every day. So whenever you're getting that sweet tooth, we got plenty of options for you. Next up, we have our nice salad bar. So if you want a nice healthy salad with your lunch. What's that? It's good. Thank you so much. We have a nice healthy salad bar. So if you're looking for a salad, whether it's your main course or a nice side salad to go with your lunch, we have several different options. We have several different proteins, including tofu too, for our vegan students as well. So we have several different options for you as well. Then we have our nice little station over here where you can come grab a nice piece of fruit. Everyone likes a nice piece of fruit. Nice healthy way to start the day or finish the day, whichever you prefer. And then this year, this is new. So we have our drink station over here. In a normal year, you just be able to go walk up, but with our COVID restrictions to make sure everyone's maintaining a healthy environment, you actually come up and order your drink. We have everything from iced tea, Powerade, water, different sodas, juices, milks, anything you could ever think of. So we have a lot of different drink options for you. So whatever type of meal you're having, we have something available to you. And next up, you heard about in the presentation, our allergy-friendly section. That's called My Zone. So that's actually right behind me right now. So My Zone is, like we said, the allergy-friendly section. As you can see, there's a door to get into it. So not just anyone can get into it. That's specifically for students with special allergy restrictions. So how that works is you'll set that up with Sodexo right here in this building, and they'll make sure that whatever your allergy restrictions are, they'll be met. Whatever your food order is, they'll take care of it and make sure everyone's getting the same access to the same nutrition. And for now, I'm going to toss it over to my friend Abby, who's going to show you the rest of the dining hall.
Hello guys, so I am going to quickly show you the back of the dining hall. So not the back, but it's where we get some more food options. So right here we have our brick station. So right here you can see that we have our lovely pastas. We have the soup of the day. And then I also just want to showcase these wonderful pizzas. They look fantastic. I'm very excited to come down for dinner later and grab some. So that is always open, always there for you for lunch, dinner. And then we have over here, we have our daily dish. So as you can see right there, so they are right now putting out the dinner. That's very exciting. My stomach is growling, I have to tell you. So they always change these. So it's going to be different for lunch, dinner, breakfast. You can come down here, get scrambled eggs. You can always get, I appreciate you. You can get tater tots. Those are also they're an option. They're awesome. I love them. Highly recommend the tater tots. You can also come down here to get something from the grill. So what's really unique about this is that you can, on the weekend when you come down for brunch, you can order an omelet. They'll make it for you. They also have different options such as thank you. They have different options for you to request, such as turkey burgers. I personally love those. I always try to get one of those when they have it on the menu. You can get hamburgers, cheeseburgers, grilled cheese. They are always making it constantly, so it's never going to be sitting there for a long time. It's always going to be fresh. And if you look down here, you can kind of see some of the food. They also make French fries here. They're always fresh, hot. They're awesome. Oh, I am so sorry you cannot hear me. I will try to speak a lot louder. Thank you for putting that in the chat. I appreciate that. So we have, again, the grill. Great option if you want to come down here and grab something hot, something fresh again. We're going to walk over to our simple servings, show you guys that. So this is a great option for any student. So it's our allergy friendly as well. So they are always going to have fresh options here. So you can come here. It's going to have, so these foods won't have any like gluten in it. It'll be fresh again. A lot of different options. It's constantly changing. So I also love to come here and get this food. It's always so delicious, always so seasoned well. Everything tastes great. And I believe I'm going to send it back to Jess. Awesome. So thank you guys for joining me.
All right, everyone. Certainly not the way we want to show you Taylor Dining Hall. We are used to welcoming students here, letting you enjoy the food. But unfortunately, due to our COVID restrictions, this is the best we can do right now. So we appreciate you joining us for this very interesting tour. So the last part that I feel like students always get a little confused about, I'm actually going to show you right now, is what do you do with your dishes? And as you can see, in the far corner, we actually have our dish return, which is where students are able to put all of their plates, their cups, everything like that. You put it on there and that's where it goes to get washed. So it looks like we do have a few questions that have already come in that all of us are happy to answer for you. Our students are currently, there we go. They're all sitting back down. We're very socially distant right now, as we are the only people in the dining hall. So let's get started with some of those Q&A. So Kathy, actually, if you don't mind taking, there's a couple of questions here that have come in through the chat and the Q&A about how to pay for Dunkin' Donuts and what those points are for, whether that's for Dunkin' and Charlie's. So do you want to take that for us?
Sure. The points themselves are used in Charlie's Snack Bar or Taylor Dining Hall. So sometimes we will have special events where sometimes you can buy up into some of the special events that we have here. But points and dining dollars are not, you're not able to use those at Charlie Snack Bar. Those are, it's a separate totally entity on campus. So you would have to, it would be, I know that people can use Dunkin' gift cards there. They can use, you know, it's cash and credit over there. So.
Perfect. Thank you, Kathy. So we do have another question here, but I do just want to point out, if any of you have questions, feel free to ask them. You have all of us here right now. I feel like the go-to is always what's your favorite dish, which I think our students already proactively covered for you. I'll just put mine out there. It is the London broil, for the record. When we have that with the sweet potatoes and broccoli, it's absolutely amazing. But we do have a question here about food being delivered from off campus. So I can definitely start with that, and then our students can give their perspective. So at any given point, pre-COVID or during COVID, students are able to have delivery to campus. I will say though, it's a little bit different in the COVID realm that we're in right now. Students are having pickup areas, and they're also getting their groceries delivered here. Eli and Abby, do we want to talk about some of our favorite places that deliver?
So I'm, like you heard earlier, not from around here. So learning about all the restaurants and all the options I have to get delivered to campus actually blows my mind because the food is so good around campus. So, you know, you always have an option here to come to Taze or to go to Chuck's, and you know, those are awesome options. But on the weekend, maybe you don't want to leave your room. I have to tell you that sometimes I do that. And then I pull up Uber Eats. My go-to place is one of the Mexican restaurants around here, Mezcal. That's always such a good option. Eli, do you have any favorites that you like to get delivered?
Yeah, so this is your daily reminder to support local businesses and small businesses. So I'm gonna give a quick shout out to a couple of my favorite places in Worcester. Just this past weekend, actually, me and some of my friends were craving barbecue. So there's this new barbecue place that just opened up. It's called BT's Barbecue. It is absolutely incredible, and they deliver, and you can order out. So we had some of that delivered. It was absolutely delicious. I'm also a big fan of Chinese food. My personal favorite place is Nancy Chang's. I know that's not Jess's personal favorite place, and she usually gives me some flack for it, but I think it's delicious. But there are a million different Chinese food places, and one thing I know me and Jess can agree on is there's this place called New England Roast Beef, or NERB as we like to call it. Sandwiches, best sandwich in Worcester. I'm just going to say it right now, but remember, support your local businesses.
Thank you, Eli. It is very odd for Eli and I right now. We are very far apart, but we can make eye contact. So that was, he looked right at me with that Nancy Chang's comment. So the next question here, actually, Kathy, if you want to answer it a little bit, it's how is Taylor operating during COVID? So they're asking, are students eating in their dorms right now, or if they're still in Taylor? Could you answer that?
Sure, I'd be happy to. Well, we have if you want to say a hybrid version of dining down at Taylor. So you have the option of either dining in the dining hall itself. So you would go through the line and be able to sit in the dining room. Of course, we have those restrictions where no more than 6 people at a table. We follow what the CDC guidelines or the local guidelines give us. Or you can take it to go. So I say, you know, it's such a mixed bag. Sometimes you see our students, you know, they're running. I'm going to use Abby as an example. She told me she was very busy and had to take her meals to go because it gave her the opportunity to sit back at her room and get her work done. Whereas we do have a lot of students that do want to come in here and sit down with their friends. So we have that, but we follow all the guidelines provided by the local Board of Health. There's social distancing, mask must be worn in Taylor. So when you're not sitting and eating. So it is a mixed bag there. Now, the other thing that we have too is up at Charlie's is that we've really instituted an online ordering system. So a lot more students are ordering online and then just coming down to pick up their meals down there very quickly. So.
Thank you, Kathy. And I will actually turn my computer around so you can all see what it currently looks like in Taylor. So as you can see, the tables are spread out significantly. I'm trying to find Eli for you there. Oh, no,
I think he's behind a sign there.
So as you can see, the tables are spread out quite a bit, and there's a one-way in, one-way out system that's currently set up for our students as they're coming in. The next question that we have here, I know is something that Eli loves. So there is a question here about if there are reusable water bottle fillers throughout campus and in the dining hall. So Eli, do you want to
Yes,
take
I
that?
am a huge fan of water. Water is fantastic. After all these years, we've invented so many drinks, but we still haven't invented anything better than water. Um, so we do have water refillers in, I believe, every single dorm on campus. We have some in the dining hall as well. So we also have them in all of the academic buildings too. So pretty much everywhere you go. If you've ever seen the one, it's the one like attached to like I call it a bubbler. You may call it a water fountain, depending on where you're from. But it's in the back. You can get your drink at the water fountain, then you can put your water bottle in the back and it fills it up for you. We have those in all the dorms. So you'll always have one right nearby if you want to fill up your water bottle, fill up your Brita, or whatever the case is.
Thank you, Eli. So we have answered all of the questions that have been posted so far. I'll give you all a few more minutes if anyone has any questions. We'll certainly be here to answer those for you. I also want to thank you for joining us today. And to those of you that have joined us for numerous admitted student events, we are so grateful that you've chosen to attend these events, that you've been part of this past week with us. It looks like I've actually got another question coming in. Let's see what we have here. So the question came in if you can fill gallons of milk or juice. I don't know the answer to that. Kathy, do you want to take that one?
As part of the regular program that we give every student that's on a meal plan, we give them a 16-ounce reusable cup. And so, and not all our students want to use our cup, so they have their own. So we say that you can refill something that size to take out. If you're talking about taking it out of Taylor Dining Hall, you can take a beverage out. So if does that answer your question for you? Because you can come in as many times a day as you want. So
If I could
I think so.
also,
We sell larger containers out of Charlie's too, right? Do we sell half gallons there?
we sell, well, we do sell quarts of milk down there.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Abby, were you going to say something?
yeah, so I actually last year got a Taylor Dining Hall cup, refillable cup. I use that all the time in my own room, but the nice thing about that is that you can bring it here. So I have friends who like come and fill up coffee and bring it to class. So if you don't have time to make your run over to Dunks, that's a great way to get your coffee for the day. So those are, the 16-ounce, they work perfect. They are great to just fill up and go too.
Yeah, it's a hot cold cup. So that's what the best part is. You can take coffee, or if you want juice, you want milk, you can take all of that out.
Now, I may or may not, Kathy, I don't know if you want to listen to this. I may or may not have walked out of here with root beer floats in my refillable cup. I go to the soft serve ice cream station and then I go and get that root beer float. I even did an orange creamsicle once.
Well, that's the one thing that we have not given up during COVID is our soft serve ice cream machine. So that will always be running.
That is an Assumption staple. So there's another question here about, do students get off-campus discounts at different cafes or restaurants? I will start by just talking about the Shrewsbury Street Shuffle. So this is an event that's held through our campus activities board, where for a nominal fee you have to pay to be able to go. I want to say it's like $5-10 on any given year, and you actually get to sample all of the restaurants that are on Shrewsbury Street. So it's basically a giant block party. Obviously, because of COVID, it didn't occur this year, but that's one of my personal favorites. Eli, Abby, do you get any other discounts when you're off campus? I think Hot Table does something, right?
So I know that you can actually get Papa John's delivered here with a 40% off discount that all students get. That has been a lifesaver at some points too.
It's not really what you asked, but I get 10% off my haircuts in case anyone was worried about the haircuts. Yeah, a lot of the businesses in Worcester, like they recognize that Worcester is like a very heavy like college city, so they do something, or like Worcester college students get free this or get a certain percentage off of this. So a lot of places around here do stuff like that.
All right, we've caught up again on the questions. Like I said, I'll give you a few more minutes in case anyone else does. Our goal is to let these folks come on over and clean the tables we've been sitting at so dining service can begin in 20 minutes. But that being said, again, thank you for all of your participation in the past week. We are super grateful to be here, at least virtually welcoming you and congratulating you on your acceptance. And if you do have any questions afterwards, feel free to let us know. We're happy to answer any of those questions for you. You can contact Chef Erik or Kathy directly, but you can also contact us in admissions and some of our current ambassadors like Eli and Abby here to be able to answer those questions for you. So with that being said, thank you for coming. If anyone has any last minute questions, go ahead and post those.
I just wanted to say thank you to everybody for being here. And I just want to let everyone know, we've talked a lot about contacting us if you have allergies and whatnot, but anyone can contact us at any time with any questions. We'd be happy to chat with you, meet with you, email with you, anything.
Thank you, Eric. That's I second that there for us, for the dining services team here. We really, so much of our program is built upon the feedback we get from our students as well. So we look forward to hopefully seeing you this fall and being able to be a part of your college experience.
To all of those saying thank you. Thank you. We appreciate you being
Yeah.
here.